Hey folks, my name is Mary Rose Wilson and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first makeup tutorial on YouTube and I'm really excited. This is a look that I normally tend to do when I have something, going on. Even on a day I got errands to run. Yeah, so please subscribe to my channel and without further ado, let's get into this video. Normally I put on this Neutrogena. Oh, you guys can't really see it because the light is so bright. So it's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Anti-Aging Perfector Natural to Tan. It's a moisturizing retinol treatment with sunscreen, broad spectrum SPF 20. But today I'm going to use my Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I know it's hard to see, the light is so bright. I am using the shade 320 Natural Tan because I just did a self tan last night, so I'm a little bit darker than usual. So I'm going to be using that, and I'm also going to try out a new primer that I got a little sample of. It's the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Again, so I already did I did the micellar water by Garnier. So I already cleansed my face. Go in with my moisturizer, and I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics, the Confidence in a Cream. It's just the little sample size one here. So I'm going to moisturize. Boom. So we're all moisturized and everything, so now we're gonna go into bed. Super cold. I live in central New York, Rome, and it has been ridiculously cold here. Hence all the sniffling and everything else that you're gonna hear come out of my face. This feels like super, it feels oily, but it's not. It ends up feeling more like a powder finish. And I've got some serious pore issues all in here, like bad. It just always seems to be right in the T-zone. That feels pretty nice. So I'm just gonna give that a second to kind of soak in a little. Just turned 34 last year, December 21st. I'm a mom. I have 2 bonus children. One is 15, one is 12, both girls. I have a son who's 10, and then I have a daughter who's 4. And I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a long time, just haven't found the time to do so. Before we go into foundation here, I am going to cover up these dark circles that you can clearly see under my eyes. And I'm going to use the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. It's this nice salmon color, really cancels out blue tone. I actually think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, because it's got the flat head. The concealer brush that they've got, it's not that it's bad, it's really fluffy, and I don't feel like it really gets the product where I want it. I feel like I have more control with a flat brush like this that's not as fluffy. So I'm just gonna go in with this, and it's a pot, so it just looks like that. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. beauty sponge. It's the little mini one. I got a pack of 3 for $5. I mean, how do you go wrong with that? But that's the bigger one. I mean, it looks just like a beauty blender. It's the e.l.f. beauty sponge. They're super soft, and I just really enjoy them. And this one I usually use for the eyes, whether it's underneath or on top, for blending out primer and things like that for the lid. So let's just blend this. That looks pretty good to me. So now I am going to go in with my foundation. I'm just going to take it on my finger. That's what I think is gonna happen. I'm gonna take it on my finger, maybe, so. I'm also babysitting my little cousin. I babysit also because I'm a stay-at-home mom. You'll be hearing my little cousin Harper upstairs doing what Harper does. And I'm actually going to take my finger, I'm already doing that, my foundation brush. It's a Wet n Wild flat stippling brush. And I'm just gonna smooth this all over my face. This brush is really soft and I really enjoy putting my makeup on with it. I feel like it makes everything a little, I don't know, smoother. It doesn't soak up a lot of product like the beauty sponge does or a beauty blender. And it's actually really, really easy to clean as well. Oh, this is really dark. I don't even think the rest of my body's this dark, but just keep blending till we like it. And I do not put foundation on my entire ear. I can't do it. I use the camera on my phone. My husband just bought me a new one for my birthday so I could do my tutorials. The only issue is that if somebody calls, it cancels, it like stops my video. So I look less crazy now. For the record, I'm obsessed with coffee. This is my, I don't know how many of you out there have ever heard of Utica, New York. That's where I'm from. I am going to go in and I am going to conceal. And I use two. So I use the Tarte Shape Tape and I use it in the Maybelline Age Rewind. I use the Brightener. That's what shade this is. So I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape and the Maybelline under the eyes, and then I just use the Maybelline to highlight the center of the face. So I'm going to take the medium beauty sponge. Like glitter. When you have a 4-year-old, you just find glitter everywhere. She didn't even have to be using glitter, and there's just glitter everywhere. All right, now I'm gonna go in, now that that's all blended, I'm gonna go back in and I'm just gonna get a little extra coverage right under here. Blend it on out. Alrighty, so I am liking the way that looks. I think I am just going to use a little bit of my setting spray, the Urban Decay DESLICK. The bottle is white, so it's just like you can't really see it, but I'll put everything I used in the description box for you guys. So I'm just gonna spritz and then I'm gonna bop with the big beauty sponge. Oh my lord, I can't talk. Beauty sponge from e.l.f. Just to kind of further blend everything out. Make sure we're not harsh anywhere. I don't want to be harsh. And I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm going to prime these lids. Alright, so, I don't know, do I want to do my eyebrows now? No, you know what? I am going to do my brow. Benefit Gimme Brow. Boom, right there. If it's something new that I've never used before, I always get the travel size because first of all, it's cheaper, and second of all, then if you don't like it, you're not, you know, getting a whole entire thing like this big and then wasting it. So all I'm gonna do, see, this brush is super nice. It's little, this product just glides on your brows, makes them look so nice and just tame and put together. And I did have another brow gel that I was using, the Wet n Wild. I did not like it at all. I feel like it didn't really fill in the brows. I felt like it stuck to the skin, and then like you'd get like these little balls of product, and then you'd go to brush them out, and it was just a mess in my opinion. And I felt like that formula was very watery, so it didn't do anything for my brows. It did nothing for my brows. And I have been combing them, the front of them up. And then I kind of build the arch a little bit. And then I go right into the tail. Trying not to drop it is the goal. Brow that's not done. The brow that's done. This eyebrow that I'm working on right now, which is my left eyebrow, is the bad brow. Like, it just... This is the one where I didn't have a tail for like ever. Still kind of like looks better. It's growing in, but it's still not where I'd like it to be, if that makes any sense. Boom, feeling it. Feeling these brows. All right, so on to powder. So I'm gonna set the under eyes, and I'm gonna set the concealer that I put on my eyelids to prime them. And I'm gonna use the Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I love this stuff. This stuff is so amazing. It makes me not want to try any other powder because this stuff just works so good. I feel like nothing else will compare. But at some point I will venture out of the box. All right, so I'm gonna take my medium beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna, I put a little bit in the cap here, and I'm just gonna take it right on the end of the sponge. I'm gonna tap off the excess, and then I'm just gonna literally press the product into the under eyes. Same thing on the other eye. Just really push it in there so it really holds your concealer in place. And then whatever's left in the cap, I'm gonna scoop up on the end of the beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna, where I put the brightening concealer, I'm just gonna go ahead and set all. Oh God, you know what? I didn't even set the lid. What the hell's wrong with it? Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So now I'm going to move on to the eyes. It's the BH Cosmetics, the CARLI BYBEL Deluxe Edition palette. I love this palette so much. She was the first beauty influencer that I watched on YouTube, and I just instantly fell in love. Today, I think I'm just gonna go with kind of like a more neutral look. I'm gonna stick with browns and things like that. All right, so I think I'm just gonna stick with kind of like a really neutral eye today, nothing crazy. But the one thing I am going to do is I'm going to take my Royal and Langnickel angle shader. It just looks like that. And these brushes you can actually get at Walmart. I got them in a set, and they're really nice. I really like them. They're soft, they're easy to clean. I find that the product doesn't stick inside the bristles, and they're just, they do the job. I really enjoy these brushes. So I guess what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go in with a crease color, and I think I'm going to go in with, this shade right here. I'm trying to do this so I don't drop my palette. That one right there. And I'm just gonna sweep that into the crease. Whew. I like this angled brush for the crease color. I feel like it gets right in the crease. It's more precise, I guess you could say. And then all I do is I kind of swirl and just kind of flick up, just so it's bringing it up this way. It'll look like your eyes are lifted as opposed to having it droop, and we don't want that. Nobody wants droopy eyes. My little cousin is not happy about something, or she is happy and she's just up there screaming. And with this eye, now I tend to take it a little above the crease, because this eye that I'm working on, my left eye, when I smile, or sometimes when I'm even looking straight on, it tends to, like I have, the lid is heavier on this eye as opposed to this one. So I always go a little bit above the crease to make it look more open. And then this eye, I just go right in the crease. Are you telling me I gotta come upstairs? Yeah. Oh, okay. I am. So I'm gonna run upstairs and I'll be back and we'll finish this look. Alrighty, I'm back. So what I did is I took this darker shade right here, and I just darkened up the crease just a smidge. I thought I didn't want it darker, but I do want it darker. So now I'm gonna go in with this little flat brush. It's a, well, flat, oh wait, that's the little one. I don't want the little one. That was a smudge brush. I don't want that. The eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. And it's just that flat one. It's the one I used for the concealer under the eyes. So it's just a flat brush. And I'm going to go into this mauve color right here because I'm obsessed with mauve. So we're going to pick that color up, and I am just going to focus it right on the outer edge here of the eye. But I'm not going to take it all the way into the crease. I'm just going to keep it on this outer edge right here. With that same brush, I am just going to dunk into this purple just a little bit because I do want to just darken this edge up just a little bit. I'm not looking for like an intense, like dark smoky eye. I just want a little bit of definition there. I'm just gonna lightly pat it once and then go in. And I'm just gonna pat it over top. And then tap it on. So now I'm going to take that smudger brush from e.l.f. It's the shorter flat one right here. And I am going to dunk into this deep purple again. And I'm going to focus it right here in the crease. And I am going to take it over. And then I'm gonna just kind of smudge it right along the bottom lash line, only halfway. So you can see where the half crease is gonna be, just halfway in there. And then on to the next eye. The next eye, yeah. The other eye is what I meant. Majority of the product here, and then just kind of drag over what's left. And I am really liking how that looks. Take the eyeshadow brush that I started off with, and then I'm just gonna take, this is all from the CARLI BYBEL Deluxe palette. So I'm just gonna go into this bone shade here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to put it right, I'm gonna start in the inner corner. I'm not gonna use concealer. I don't particularly care to use the concealer only because I find that this works best for me. But if you enjoy using the concealer or you feel it does a better job, you go ahead and do you. If it looks a little sloppy, don't worry about it because we're gonna take a clean brush and blend everything together so everything looks nice and seamless and good. Heading to my in-laws, which is right next, well, not next door, but like in the backyard kind of. You walk from my back door to their front door for my sister-in-law's boyfriend's birthday, and we're having a party for him. It's supposed to be at 2. I'm late for everything. In here, I'm gonna take this shade right here. It is a highlight. It's this shade in the bigger pan down here. But I'm gonna take a little bit like so, and I am just gonna highlight underneath. Right. And then I'm just gonna dip in quickly again. I'm gonna hit that inner corner. We're gonna take a blending brush, and we are just gonna soften any harsh lines. I just take it all over. Now I'm going to quickly run the darker color. Again, the little smudger brush. Dip into the dark color, and I'm just going to, right on the outer edge, right up against the lower lash line. Same thing on the other eye. Right in the center, and just kind of connect the two. So I am going to go in, I was going to go in with my Maybelline Master Chrome, but I don't think it'll really fit this look that I'm doing. I am going to take my ColourPop I Like Your Face palette, and I am going to go into, I'm going to take my concealer brush because I like the way this applies highlight, and I think I'm going to dip into right here. Yeah, right up here. Edge of the nose, tip, cubic's bow. Boom, dip into my Milani blush. This is Tea Rose. I am going to spray the face with setting spray. And with the bigger beauty sponge from e.l.f., we're going to just do one of these numbers. We're going to curl some lashes, and we are going to use the Better Than Sex Mascara by Too Faced. For this, I am going to use this Maybelline Bold Matte Mauve shade 770. Alright, so that's it for this look. It's all complete. I've done everything. I'm feeling everything. I like it. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And please like, share, subscribe. Until the next video. Peace.